Pi Manue, Pi Fadero.
I was looking at, I was doing this, I was doing a bit of teaching in Australia with a group of Indigenous Australians who are doing public health, medicine, stuff like that. And so I wanted to introduce them to my whānau. So I had those cool photos of you with the kids in their little Kapa haka outfits, and of course, so they were asking, well, why are they dressed up like that? And what's this Kapa haka thing that you're talking about? And I thought to myself, oh heck, they don't know. And actually, it's, like wakaama and some of those other things, taiaha, etc. It's one of those things that we as Māori don't even think about. It's just something that we do because it's normal.
It's normal, that's it.
Yeah, and then I thought, rather than my explanation of these things, because I remember talking to you last year and you were down at
Matatini.
You were down at Matatini, and I thought, because who were you with?
That was with Motai Tangataru.
How did they do?
They just missed out of the top 10.
Did they?
Yeah. They were snapped by the winners who came first, which was Whangarā Mai Tawhiti, from the East Coast.
Yeah. So can you tell everybody what Matariki's about?
Matatini?
Oh, Matatini. Matariki's New Year, forget that. Matatini.
Matatini is the national kapa haka competition.
And the cool thing about that is you can actually Google that.
Yeah, you can Google Matatini. To get into the Matatini competition, you have to place highly in your regional competition. So all the kapa haka groups in their region compete against each other. That's different marae,
different tribes
competing, and then they select the top groups from there, which progress through to the national level. And then from that Matatini, they pick the number one winner, who then gets to perform at the Indigenous World Conference.
Oh, I didn't know that bit. Which Indigenous World Conference did they go to? Is it Whoopsie? The World Indigenous Peoples Conference, probably Whoopsie.
I think so.
That'll probably be what it is. Oh wow, I didn't realise that. But it is absolutely awesome, and it runs over about 3 days, doesn't it?
Yeah, 3 days. It's 40 groups from all of New Zealand, and 2 groups from Australia come over as well and compete.
Māori from Australia, awesome. Because and you MAT.
ATINI.
Exactly, Matatini. So you Google that and you can see it. We can see them going hard out. So these are the adults mainly, hey?
Yeah, it's adult. They also have secondary level competitions.
Yeah.
And that level of caliber is
that's high
just
school,
as good
college.
As adult level. The competitiveness, everything. I think they should be able to compete at adult level because they're just as good.
I reckon. Oh, those schools competitions, I love those just as much. Oh, I'm glued to my television.
Yep.
But the children, I saw you in a photo with some of our tamariki, the children in our family who are primary school level.
Yep.
So, probably 7, 6, 7 those
that's
kids?
Primary, from 5 to 10, 11.
So were they doing this with their school?
That particular school is a bilingual unit, so it's a primary school, which is, and it has a bilingual unit within that primary school. So that is not total immersion te reo Māori.
Maori language?
From 5 to 6 year olds, it's total immersion, and then they slowly introduce Pākehā, te reo Pākehā English into the curriculum. Cool. And then by the time they reach their last years of primary, it's predominantly English spoken.
So now you're sitting there going, what the heck is this kapa haka they're going on about?
That was the primary school entered the regional competition for Auckland, and myself and Hinganui Webb, which is the teacher, we helped tutor this Ropu kapa haka. I was an ex-student of the primary school, so I felt like I wanted to be able to share.
No wonder you were beaming with your smiles in your face.
Yeah, and my nieces and nephews were at the kura, so I thought, what a great opportunity to be involved in kapa haka with the kids, because it's something that's positive and it's sharing our identity to the rest of the world, and it's something that we hold highly and something that I am really proud of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did they do in terms of kapa haka? What were they doing? Were the boys doing a haka?
Yep. So the boys would learn a haka. The haka was about different areas on the North Shore that are of importance. It was also about how Māori on the North Shore sometimes get left out or treated as kind of like plastic Māori.
Wow.
If I was to say something like that, like
yeah.
yeah, it seems like a little bit like people don't think there are Māori on the North Shore, but there are definitely Māori on the North Shore, and we are here, and yeah, we're doing it. We're totally learning our culture and our language here on the North Shore, and that was one statement that we wanted to make at the regional competition through haka.
Yeah.
Was that we are Māori and we are here, and
yeah. So the North Shore of Auckland's become a fairly wealthy area, and the assumption by a lot of people is that it's all white and that there are no Māori here, but in actual fact there are a lot of us
there
here.
are Māori here, yeah.
But we're kind of invisible in terms of even our, you're not a real Māori because you live in the city, you're not back performing with a kapa haka group that is from your own tribe.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all those kind of stereotypes, yeah.
It's all those kind of
stereotypes.
stereotypes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've often wondered whether, a lot of the challenges that we have with young children with mental health issues and suicide and stuff like that is around that attitude about identity of you're not a real Māori because you're in the city and you're not back working on your marae lands and on your whenua and stuff. And so to hear young children expressing, I am from the North Shore and I am a real Māori, so there.
Yes, exactly.
Does make sense to the child in me that was on the North Shore. 45 years ago.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It was awesome. It was awesome to see them, making that statement that yes, I am Māori and I'm proud to be Māori. And yes, I'm a Māori on the North Shore and no one can take that away from me. Yeah.
So by this stage you've probably all paused and gone, I'm just going to Google kapa haka and I'm gonna Google haka. So you've probably all seen a bit of that now. So what about the girls? Did they do poi?
Yep, the girls did poi.
Short or long or both?
It was short. I think it was short single poi. So you had the to be honest, I can't remember the song they had sung. Can't even remember the song they sang.
Doesn't matter. You didn't need to.
It is cute. Yeah. Really. Really great. Really cool.
What's the traditional background of doing poi, do you think?
Well, I thought it was as a way to strengthen your hands and your coordination, hand coordination, catching, and it helped with mo rako, which is when you hold the patu.
Yeah.
And
have we got a patu in here somewhere? Are those taiahau over there? No, they're not. They're just decorations, aren't they?
Yes. So
you're going to have to Google patu as well.
Help strengthen your hands, because a lot of Māori were weavers and used their hands to do anything.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah. Which
made
is
of
hours
flax.
and hours and hours of mahi.
Hours and hours of turning plants into art.
Exactly.
This wonderful story. Do you remember the story? Okay. Oh, I wonder.
The stars?
It's the stars, yeah. Oh, I wonder if Kahu's there. Well, I should see if she's there, eh?
It's just there.
It is too.
Yeah.
It is too. It's about langy in the sky and stuff, eh? It's really, really awesome.
Yeah.
So kapa haka can be used as a form of competition, can't it?
Yes.
Between tribes, between schools.
Yep.
Between family groups, perhaps?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Well, that's what a tribe is, I suppose, isn't it?
And it's a chance to express that difference, because each iwi has their own uniqueness, and each group of people have their own uniqueness, and when you see that come to light, that's, to me, what stands out, the good stuff that comes from Wakatin. You can recognise, that group's from the East Coast because they are beautiful at the poi, or that group's from Te Aroa because they are amazing at haka. and you get to really see the differences and where where their expertise lay. And it's awesome.
Yeah. And that's kind of imbued in those groups, you know, from childhood through to adulthood, isn't it? That you know, you are this tribe, this is your strength. This is how our people express ourselves.
Yeah, definitely.
And kind of interesting, because when you've got that group from the school, they would have been from tribes,
different tribes.
over the country, hey? But they're at school on the North Shore and they want to talk about the North Shore because that's their children and that's what they were interested in.
Yes, the North Shore. So the bracket was mainly around you know, a Māori school on the North Shore, and how we pay respect to Waitemata, which is the harbour that surrounds the shore, our maunga rangitoto, and with that comes a whole another lot of history through Hotiro and Tamate Kapua, and you know, just teaching our kids the importance of different landmarks and how it all eventually descends to why it's important to us as a human being, and you know, it's our identity. It's who we are, to acknowledge the whenua and acknowledge the people and acknowledge our atua. And when you get to teach that, and when the kids grow up in that, it's just a beautiful thing.
It is.
And for me personally, it's helped me be strong in who I am as a person. Growing up with that.
And also now role modelling it for other children, because I mean, you were probably one of the first cohorts of total immersion preschool, which we call Kohangarau, to go through, and then you managed to also, I think by the time you got to high school, they actually had bilingual unit at the high school, didn't they?
Yeah, they just started that Te Whānau, Te Kāpano. So
Manuel, Pi,